everybody for coming for our meeting. Paul, this group, Admore is sponsoring this whole event, and they're going to give us a presentation. I have Mahesh Bhai say a couple of words about Admore and
welcome for coming over here. It's a good crowd. I mean, it's a good networking for everybody. And, people should be joining us like this in each and every meeting.
sure.
And you will be making a lot of friends, and it will be long run. It will be good for you people. Since we have kept a seminar about HVAC, Admore is the contractor who is going to talk about HVAC systems and whatever involved in HVAC. Maybe you will get some kind of knowledge and idea here. I would like to welcome Paul Rowley. He's Paul, he owns Admore.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, guys, I don't think we have any ladies in the house this evening, but there might be some in the disguise of men. But I'm delighted to be here this evening for your dinner for the Association of Indians in the Construction Industry. And what I was saying to Rafi and Suresh, a few guys before we talk about air conditioning or talk about Admore and what we do, what's very important, and I'm very impressed about the Indians having an association for the construction industry, is your networking capability. But more so than that, what's really important is that when young Indians come to this country, to have you guys to look out for and look for advice, either as getting work or just giving them general good advice about coming. And that's really important because as an immigrant, I came here when I was 18 years old. And I looked out to older Irish people like Pat Donnelly to give me direction. And I think that's really important for you guys. And I'm delighted to see that you have a great network together, and in turn that you help out young guys, young girls coming from India, because this is a fabulous country. And we can do, and I prove, and you guys prove every day, that we can do whatever we want to be successful here in America. But we never forget where we come from. We never forget our own people, we don't forget our family, and we don't forget our own country. And in your case, it's India. And that's really important to me. So I'm delighted to be here this evening, guys. And we're going to speak a little bit about HVAC, what we do in the business, and Admore. And I'll just give you a little history about Admore. Admore was started in 1946. I'm Irish, I'm Catholic. But Admore was started by a Jewish man who came here from the border of Poland and Germany. And his uncle, his name was Harald Auerbach. His uncle was an engineer with Siskin Hennessy. And in 1939, Germany was about to invade Poland in September. And this young man was brought here by his uncle. Just like maybe some of you were brought here out of India to work or whatever. But he was brought here in July of 1939. And 3 months later, Hitler invaded Poland. And he had been brought here in July, his life was saved, but his family was exterminated. So it's a very sad story. But when he came here, his uncle, Harold Mann, who was an engineer with Siskin Hennessy, put him to work as a draftsman, a young draftsman. And when America entered the war in 1941, even though he was Jewish, he joined the US military. And at that time, in World War II, Jews were not allowed to go back to fight in Europe. They were sent to the South Pacific and to Asia. He was sent there on a frigate that was bombed. And 139 guys died in that frigate. And he was one of 17 who survived. So twice in the period of a little less than 6 years, he had beaten death. He stayed in the army until 1945, the war finished. And when he came out, he joined Siskin Hennessy again. And his uncle said to him, why don't we open up an air conditioning company? So they did. In 1946, he opened an air conditioning company. And there was practically ventilation at that time. wasn't so much air conditioning, it was mostly ventilation. And like nowadays with computers, so to file for a corporation now happens within minutes. Back then you wrote a big long letter, you sent it to the state of Delaware, you got incorporated, and a year later they sent him back notice that the name of the company that he had asked to form, which was Admiral, and he called it Admiral after his admiral in the Navy, it was used already. It was an Admiral air conditioner. So he had to come up with another name. And at the time, he used to walk up and down Fifth Avenue into retail stores and he'd say to them, do you want to add more air conditioning? And that's where the name came from. Alright? So, I think it's very important, and we like to tell that story. Now, like I said, he was a Jewish man, right? And his greatest claim to fame is the job that Structatol is doing right now. The one that he was most proud of ever doing air conditioning was St. Patrick's Cathedral. He was the first, Admore was the first company to put air conditioning in there. And the reason he got the job was, it was designed and it was over budget, and even over, back then, we were still over budget. And he figured out the cathedral is 320 feet high. The engineer had designed the system to condition the entire envelope of the building. And when he looked at the drawings, he says, no. The reason we're over budget is we can VE this. Great word now. He said, we only need to air condition the first 10 feet. Because that's where we sit in church. There's only 10 feet views. So he got rid of the load factor and the air conditioning the first 10 feet of the cathedral. But he was very proud because he was a Jewish man putting the air conditioning to a Catholic cathedral. That's that. So we're going to go to a slideshow here, guys, that Ernest, PJ and Chris have put together. And we'll run through it. We talked about Admore. We provide HVAC to the industry in New Jersey and New York predominantly, Westchester, a little bit in Connecticut. There's two partners, myself and my partner Bob Andrea. There's two of us. Construction installation. We work for all the GCs, we work for building owners. We have a service and maintenance department that's headed up by Frank Poplar. We run about 25, 28 guys with service trucks. We have 6 project managers, about 40 steam fitters. And Ernest says that we specialize in cooling tower and chiller plant work. So we're going to show you a little video demonstration of a job that we built, just to show you what you do, and then we'll move into the next part of our show, if you want to call it. This is a job that we've done, 463.
Admore, right?
Yes. Okay, video.
Huh? Yeah. So, you are HVAC engineer or?
Yeah, I'm an engineer as well.
From Rutgers or NJIT?
From Mechanical, Manhattan College.
Manhattan College.
Yeah. Graduated in Masters.
Oh, good. You're in the right place then.
Yeah. I know. I enjoy working what I'm doing.
Yeah?
It's fun.
My brother is a mechanical consultant. PE.
Oh wow.
He used to work in Lilka. Lilka? Who's Lilka?
Yeah, I know Lilka. Wow.
He's doing his own now.
What do you work as now?
His own.
What company?
He's Morrison Johnson.
Morrison and Johnson.
He's a,
I think I know them.
It's a big company.
Yeah, I think I know the name.
He's a head guy there. VP.
It's good.
If you have any other mechanical engineer, let me know. He wants to hire you.
Oh, he does? Wow. You know CFS, right? CFS?
Yeah.
Avinash Sharma?
Yeah.
Yeah, he also every time looks for people. He always asks me about it. But
Yeah.
it's tough to find people.
I know Avinash.
Yeah, Avinash is good. I like it.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Long time. He's a long time in the business.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm 22 years in business.
Yeah, I know. I heard your speech last time. It was good.
Yeah? Where did you know? Oh,
Few
that's
years-
a few years back.
Yeah, Diwali. And then when I saw you, I was like, man, someday I want to have a speech like that, but I'm so bad with speaking. That's why I was like, you guys do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes, it's tough.
When I joined this association, we started 20 guys.
Yeah.
And then we worked so hard to
Yeah.
bring these 400 people in Diwali.
I know. Jack told me. Jack Kapoor.
Jack Kapoor.
I don't know why he's not here.
He's affiliated with other
Oh
associations.
yeah, he is.
There's
Yeah.
some conflict of interest.
Yeah, he told me about that, but I don't remember.
No.
For me, it's one and the same.
Yeah. Oh, you know Jack?
Yeah.
He comes
I like
to your
it.
company maybe a lot.
Not really. No. He's not my sales rep, so
How you know him?
just
just-
he wanted me to introduce myself with the other one, the other association. It's like you gotta be here, and so this is a job we built from scratch
Yeah, 460 from scratch.
as a GC.
I want to ask you, when you design a cooling tower,
Yeah.
what is the general thumb rule? Like quick, how many ton per square foot or
It depends. Yeah. Usually,
The idea is we just want to show you that, give you an idea of what an installation looks like. Yes. Our part of the industry is very deep in regards to engineering. And some of you guys, some of you guys are involved in the construction industry in regards to general contracting. And you know what's involved. But some guys actually don't see it. They're stuck in the office all the time and don't know what it is to put up a cooling tower. They hear the words rigging. It's a very involved process. It can be very difficult. It can be dangerous. So safety is number one. So I'm going to hand over to Ernest. And Ernest is going to talk about refrigeration, air conditioning, kind of how it works, in very general terms. It won't be too difficult. And then we're going to have a quiz when we're finished to see who was listening. I'm going to ask him the first question.
first question?
All right, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you once again for having us here. Very familiar with the AICI. It's been to the last, I think, about 2 times. 20 plus years. Very aware of the great work that you guys do. 30. Scholarships and everything that you guys provide. Once again, it's an honor for me.
China 25 years.
Since we're in the business with the HVAC business, I'm just basically going to give you guys a run through of the basic principles of air conditioning. I'm sure a bunch of you, if you live in New York, you have an AC, some of you are very well aware, some of you are in this business. longer than I am. What we have here is a refrigerant cycle. Basically, the operating system of how the air conditioning system works. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The work here is basically refrigerant running through the system. It goes into a compressor, which a lot of us know the compressor. Most of the time, you don't know it's there until it's blown. You have a compressor, and basically all it does is like a car piston. It compresses the air, which increases the temperature of the air. And the pressure. About 190 for this cycle, depending on what refrigerant you use. It goes into a condenser, which cools the air down. Some air out of it. The expansion valve, which basically it basically acts as you can picture the expansion valve as a sort of a spray can, which basically converts the vapor into a liquid, which is the air, which is the evaporated section that falls into the room, basically acts as a heat exchanger. Collects hot air from the room, which is basically what air conditioning is. You're really just taking hot air out of the room and putting in cool air. So it takes in that cold air, dumps it into the room and pulls in the hot air, and the cycle continues. What we have here is this is basically a commercial HVAC system, which you can find in the typical New York City building.
वो बंदा जो मूवी थिएटर में आता है ना, वो जो अपन जाली वाली अपन देखते हैं ना मूवी, फिर विजय सर आता है वो बंदा
where we have floor in the middle, that's the space you want to air condition. And then the cycle goes on and on. You know, you take out some air, and you take it out, and then you take back air. I'm going to tell you about a couple of types of air conditioners that we have. The first and the easiest is the package system, which is the typical, at-home air conditioning unit, the through-the-wall air conditioning unit, which a lot of us have been used to. Basically, it operates on the same principle that I just discussed, the refrigerant cycle, but this is the most rudimentary form of the HVAC out there. We also have packaged terminal air conditioning units, which are PTAC units, which you have in your typical, New York City office.
typical air conditioning.
It operates on the same principle that we just discussed. They have an evaporator, it has a condenser, all packaged into one single unit. We also have rooftop units, which we use for, say, your Dunkin' Donuts or, just a small space for air conditioning. Where you need more air conditioning.
Usually it's a rooftop unit.
But not a big, not a particularly large space. The second type we're going to talk about is the split system, which is a little more advanced than the through-the-wall AC units. It operates on the same basic principles that we discussed in the refrigerant cycle, where you have the evaporator and your condenser pretty much. What we have is they're split into two different. You have your evaporator, which is outside, and you have your condenser, which is outside, and you have your evaporator, which is inside. A lot of homes these days, don't really operate. A lot of bigger homes.